Monday, which means it's time for another video. The time has finally come and what I mean by that is I'm finally doing my Scream Factory collection. It's probably my biggest collection of movies. But before that, I want to show you guys a little something that I got over this past weekend at a Halloween flea market. It's kind of just sitting here because it is old. But this is a puppet from the movie It's Alive, and I absolutely love it. I just haven't gotten a way to display it yet. Kind of want to get like a baby basket type of thing. But I'm gonna be doing my Scream Factory collection right now. In a little, I have, up here, this is displayed up here. I have the Fly collection. It's an alright, set of movies. I watched all of them, I think, except for Curse. Didn't really like it that much, or didn't really like the second one that much. What was I gonna say? And this doesn't really count. I mean, this could kind of counts because this is technically both of ours, but it's in my fiance's collection. He has the Friday 13th box set and also the ultimate, I don't know if you can see that, the Halloween. I have the standard Halloween one. This one here is not open, and I do have the poster too. I pre-ordered this. I know I did look it up on eBay, and this goes for a lot of money for some reason. What is out of print too, but that is the Halloween 3 Steelbook. Like I said, literally unopened. You can see the sticker and everything. Never opened it. Just didn't really want to open it at the time for some odd reason. But I'm gonna start with my movies. The first one is a classic, April Fool's Day. A lot of these I actually pre-ordered on the Scream Factory website. I love this movie. Like, it's 80s. Like, if you see my name, the 80s horror girl, it's 80s horror girl. The 80s horror. I can't speak. The 80s horror girl for a reason. I just love 80s horror. This is kind of like a throwback to 80s horror. Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. This is an alright movie. It's not my absolute favorite, but still worth a watch if you are a horror fan. And you're going to see these wonderful shots of me trying to put movies back with one hand. The next one I absolutely love, and I love this more than the original. The Blob. Great movie. Like I said, I love this more than the original. Just great special effects, great acting. This has a Saw Shawnee Smith, aka Amanda Young. So it's cool to see her in this before she became known for Saw. The next one, I do have the two I don't know if you can actually see a little bit in the background there. One of the two. This is not the Steelbook, but this is like when they released My Bloody Valentine. Absolutely love this movie, and the uncut deaths are amazing as well. I do have, like I said, I pre-ordered this when they announced it. So I do have I don't have the other other slipcase. I don't have that obviously on, but still awesome. The next one is a great anthology horror series, like a horror anthology that I don't really hear a lot of people talk about. This is Body Bags. Apparently this was supposed to be for HBO, but it basically got canned. So they just kind of made it into a movie. But it's still pretty good. And there's like some really like high and like big actors in this, like Mark Hamill. Like, I never would expect Mark Hamill to be in a movie like this. The next one is one that I actually did a revisit last week. I watched this, and this is a movie that I found out about from my mom's boyfriend. He showed me this many years ago, and that is The Boy Who Cried Werewolf. The werewolf isn't great looking. The transformation scenes aren't really amazing, but this is definitely worth a watch if you like the werewolf subgenre. Now this next one, I should say, is my first ever Scream Factor that I ever got. And this is one of the really early ones. and it's like in terrible condition. The slipcover is in terrible condition for some reason. At the top, but the Burning, this is the first one I ever got. This is one of the first ones that they released other than Halloween 2, but love this movie. And it's like I said, the Blu-ray case itself isn't in bad condition, but for some reason, I don't know what the fuck happened, but the slipcover is like in a really terrible condition. This I actually got pre-owned. It's minty, like perfectly minty. I got an FYE pre-owned for like $20. That is CANDYMAN. Love CANDYMAN. I'm weird when it comes to pre-owned stuff. If I'm getting pre-owned, I'm really like, I really inspect the disc. The thing is, when I got CANDYMAN, I couldn't inspect the disc, so I just hoped that it wasn't in terrible condition, and it wasn't. But the next one I just recently got about like 2 weeks ago, CANDYMAN Farewell to the Flesh, just so I could add it to my CANDYMAN movies, because I only have the first one. Now I have the second and the first one. I don't really like the third one, but I'll probably get it at some point. The next one is in backwards, actually. I didn't even realize that. But the next one is Child's Play, and I also got this pre-owned at FYE. It didn't come with the slipcase, but friend of my fiance and ours, he had just a slipcase laying around, so he kind of just gave me the slipcase, which is awesome, because sometimes with these movies, when they're out of print, they go for even more with the slipcase. And I'll go into detail later on in this video when I get to some of the other stuff. The next one. Next one. This I actually got about a year ago. No, not quite a year ago. It's back in February, so not even close. But this was on sale for like $10 online on the Scream Factory website. And it's Final Exam, great 80s cheesy slasher. Really no plot, just a guy killing people, but still fun. Next one is The Fog. I don't know what the hell happened in the back there. I'm really weird about my movies. But great John Carpenter film. Probably one of his best. I don't want to go into big detail with these, because this is probably gonna be my longest video. Just telling you guys. The next one is from H.P. Lovecraft From Beyond, also directed by Stuart Gordon, who did Reanimator. I kind of like this a little. I like Reanimator, but I like this a little bit more for some reason. This is kind of his more serious horror film, whereas Reanimator was very comedy driven. This is more of a serious movie, and it has Barbara Crampton and Jeffrey Combs back in it, playing different characters, but still good movie. Next one is The Funhouse. Great movie. That's all I'm gonna say. A lot of most of these movies are just, I enjoy them all. Like, the thing with Scream Factory is, I don't really hate any of the releases they made, per se. Now, this next one is a double feature. I haven't seen the one, but I've seen the other, as Ghost House and Witchery. I have seen Ghost House, and I love Ghost House. That's kind of why I got this double feature. But I have not seen Witchery, but I should really check it out, because if you see it, it has David Hasselhoff and Linda Blair. Just like I said, I haven't gotten to watch that yet. The next one I got when I pre-ordered this, but I actually haven't watched it yet on Blu-ray, and that is Ghost Ship. Honestly, the reason I got this movie is because I liked it when I was younger, and it's been a while since I've seen it, probably since I was younger, but definitely wanted to get it just to get another rewatch out of it. The next one is one of my favorite werewolf movies. My favorite werewolf movie is Silver Bullet, but this is probably a close second. That is Ginger Snaps. Love Catherine Isabelle and Emily Perkins in this movie. Just great werewolf movie. Kind of teenish movie, but still very gory. That came out like early 2000s too. This next one is a used Blu-ray, but it was in perfect condition, so to me it's brand new, and that I've always wanted to get the screen factor of this, and that is Eli Roth's The Green Inferno. I like this movie. It's not as good as Cannibal, Holocaust, and Ferox, but it's like a love letter to both of those movies, so it's great in my book. Now this next one I got because if you guys are familiar, back in the day they had a DVD called Boogeyman the Killer Compilation. Comment down below if you remember that. And it basically was just showing different scenes in horror movies. And I remember the scene from this movie, and I absolutely was like frightened by this character. So eventually I got this on Blu-ray, and that is The Guardian. It's a great movie, and this is directed by the guy who did The Exorcist, so it's a plus in my book. It's very slow pace, because when I got this, my fiance and I watched it. He didn't really like it as much, probably because it was so slow paced, but if you're into those slow pace, it usually pays out in the end. That's what I always say. The next one is the I won't show it, but the Halloween collection. It's not the Ultimate, and I said earlier that my fiance has the Ultimate on his side. I do not. I just have the standard, but the standard one still goes for quite some money. I looked online. The next one is a great 80s slasher, and it has Linda Blair and Peter Barton, who was in Friday the 13th Part 4, the final chapter, and that is Hell Night. Love this movie, and the first time I ever watched it was surprisingly when I got this Blu-ray, and this Blu-ray came out like 3 years ago, maybe, something like that. But the next one is one that I just recently got, actually. I pre-ordered this for some reason, but The House of Wax. I've not seen the original with Vincent Price. I really want to. It's just never got around to it, but I do like this remake, even though it is terrible, and Paris Hilton is pretty awful in this movie, but still a fun watch if you like that sort of thing, I guess. The next one, I'm not gonna get it out because it is a collection. Like, you know what? I'll get it out. Fuck it. The It's Alive collection, and I just showed you guys my It's Alive puppet. As you can see from the back, that's what it looks like. These are great movies. They're cheesy as all hell. They're really not like serious movies. They're very, very cheesy. And the thing is, in the first one, you don't really see the baby. Like, you don't see what it looks like. But I'm glad I have that puppet because it's freaking awesome, and it reminds me of when I was younger, because I always wanted it when I was younger. The next one is a double feature. The standard Blu-rays of this are out of print, so good luck finding one for a decent price, but Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2. For some reason I wanted just both of them, I don't know, double features. I'm weird. Sometimes I like double features, sometimes I don't, but maybe like that. It's not terrible, I guess. But I'm trying to look. Oh, here we go. The next one is a classic, and this is probably one, like, this reminds me of my dad so much, but Motel Hell. Really bad glare, but this is a very, very cheesy horror film, and it takes all kinds of critters to make Farmer Vincent's fritters. I cannot speak today. I really butchered that. Trying to get it in, and it's like almost impossible. That's why you see me like staring intently at my movies, trying to fix them. Alright, next one actually is not in my shelf. It's like on top of the movies, just because I don't really need to have it displayed. But I actually got this at Walmart for like $15. It was just randomly there. That is Halloween 2. and this is actually one of the first, I'm pretty sure this and Halloween 3, like, the first Scream Factors to ever get released. So it's pretty cool to have this. Like I said, didn't really need it, but got it anyways. The next one is one that I randomly got. Yeah, I got this at, the farmer's market. There's like a store in the farmer's market, video store, and that is Night of the Comet, just because it's a great, like, apocalypse movie. Another one that not a lot of people talk about, but I like it for what it is. The next one is a one that I love to watch during Halloween. I like watching all the movies. And the thing is, with these movies, I like all of them, even the remake, but the original Night of the Demons, great movie. What's not to say about it? That's probably been said plenty of times. Next one is one that actually I've not watched. I've had this for a while, but I've not watched a Blu-ray yet of this, and that is Pet Sematary 2. I like Pet Sematary 2. Probably a little bit more than the first. I don't know. I like the cheesiness in this, and it has a SpongeBob Clancy Brown. Every time I think of Clancy Brown now, I just think of Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob. I don't know. I'm weird, but that's basically the show I grew up with. The next one is the only one of this series that besides like box sets and stuff, this standard like Blu-ray of this is just this movie, and that's Phantasm 2. I know, like, with the box sets and stuff, it does, like, it's a different company, but I don't know, this is the last one I needed to get in my collection, because I had them all, and then I didn't have Phantasm 2, and for some reason Phantasm 2 was Scream Factory, and the other ones weren't. The next one is a classic that I like to watch during Halloween time as well. It's not really a Halloween time movie or Halloween type movie, but still fun, and that is Pumpkinhead. Great movie, and while I'm on the subject of Pumpkinhead, I also have Pumpkinhead 2, Blood Wings. They kind of went a little bit different with the story with Pumpkinhead in this movie, but I still like them. They're still good movies. I've not seen 3 or 4 though, but it is what it is. And while I'm on the subject of Scream Factory, I think I do have a Scream Factory DVD somewhere, but it's the Funhouse Massacre, if you're familiar with that. That's a great movie too, to watch during Halloween time. The next one is my all-time favorite horror movie, and if you have watched my channel, I just absolutely love this movie, Sleepaway Camp. I don't have the slip cover, because I got like a big close-up of my face. I do not have the slip cover of this, because it's right there, and it's signed by Felissa Rose. That's like the one of like 4 things that I have signed by her, and if you ever get the chance to meet her, please do, because she is like the sweetest person I think I've ever met, and I've met some like really nice people. And then this one, I have the slip for this, and this goes for quite some money too, because this is out of print. Sleepaway Camp 2, Unhappy Campers. Don't like it as much as the first one, but it's still a fun movie. And this next one I do not have the slip cover for at all. It didn't come with it. But Sleepaway Camp 3, Teenage Wasteland. This movie is awful, but it's still a fun watch if you like cheesy-ish horror films. Now this next one actually did come with a slip, and this is also out of print, and that, what the hell happened to the slip? I don't know. I think it was kind of like beat up when I got it, even though it wasn't open. But Squirm, Jeff Lieberman film. Not my favorite Jeff Lieberman film, but still a good cheesy film. This came shortly after Jaws, kind of like one of the Jaws ripoffs. Like I said, this does go for quite some money because it's out of print, but I will never spend like $50, $60 on a movie. I've done it before, but I'm not going to go into detail with that. Next one I love, and I'm going to give it another rewatch just because it is a fun anthology, and to me and to a lot of people this is the true Creepshow 3, because some of the stories in this were supposed to be for Creepshow 2 and they just never made it to Creepshow 2. But Tales from the Dark Side, the movie, the true Creepshow 3, not the Creepshow 3 that we actually got. That is a fucking disaster. And I'm getting kind of to the end here, but this next one is one of my favorite like movies to watch during Halloween time as well, and that is 13 Ghosts. I was in the process of watching the original, I just never finished it, but I do love this remake. It's a fun remake. And this was like during the time when like all the, I guess, Dark Castle made a lot of like the old 50s remakes. Like they did this 13 Ghosts, House on Haunted Hill, just to name a few. They did Ghost Ship, that I don't think that really was a remake. And this last one is a great Valentine's horror film. I like to do a double feature, this and My Bloody Valentine, and that is Valentine. This came out after like Scream, like the hype of Scream, and this is better than Scream, in my opinion. I like this a lot better than Scream. The deaths are cool. The killer wears that like cherub type face, and I just think it's a good movie. One that should be mentioned a lot more, even though My Bloody Valentine is better, but still a fun movie. But oh my god, I'm freaking dropping shit. But yeah, that's really all I have to say. I hope you guys enjoyed I was just putting all my stuff back. I hope you guys enjoyed my Scream Factory collection. Like I said, it's definitely a lot bigger than all my other like company collections. I just kind of like Scream Factory the best. Arrow is a very close second. Arrow, I love Arrow as well. They release some really amazing stuff as well. They're kind of like neck and neck. Scream Factory is a little bit more. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment down below on this video. Let me know what you guys want me to do a review on or a video on next. And I'll be sure to get to those responses as soon as possible. But in the meantime, I'll see you guys on Thursday.